I'm Representative Tom Saviello, and we're talking Maine with my good friend Chandler Woodcock.
And I'm Chan Woodcock, and we're talking Maine today. We're talking blueberries.
Blueberries.
At the Blueberry Festival in Wilton with the chairman of the festival, Shannon Smith. Shannon, thanks for dropping by today.
Well, thank you for having me here.
And Chan, always my
You're
pleasure.
looking good today, young fellow. I don't care what the rumor is.
Quite stylish, you know. Is a holiday coming up?
No, it's
soon?
rented.
Oh, it's rented?
Yeah, it's rented.
It goes with the tux.
Blueberries.
Blueberries.
I love blueberries.
I love blueberries.
And Shannon has blueberries galore at the Blueberry Festival. Shannon, a little preview. What's happening over there in Wilton?
Well, we're getting very excited about the Blueberry Festival that will be coming very soon, less than a month away. We're here. We're ready. We're rolling.
Now, you've had an amazing parade the last few years. I mean, you call some groups that I didn't think would ever come to Maine, nevertheless come to Wilton. So do we have something special on tap this year?
We have the debut, not for the parade. Well, yes, we do for the parade. All the fire departments in the state of Maine have been invited to come, and all the EMTs. If you go to the fire chief's website at the state, you can see that they have promoted out the Wilton Blueberry Festival very nicely by putting our flyer on there, which anybody can pick up at many local stores. And we'd love to have you come. If you have questions, please call me. There's lots of events. There must be at least one thing that you could get involved
Shannon,
in.
one of the things important I think everybody needs to know is the town of Wilton truly supports this program for you, whether it's through the use of the police, whether the use of the rec department, whatever. They're behind us 100% in this. Sometimes we don't give them the recognition, but we should.
Absolutely.
They really help us out, and we really thank them, the selectmen and the citizens, not only in support, but Chandler, I mean, their policemen are there. The town's picking up the tab for that. I mean, Shannon raises a lot of money to make this happen, which is well represented by our wonderful sponsors that are on the back of this thing. But I just want to make sure people knew that the town of Wilton is behind this 100%.
And it's a big team effort. If you don't have team, you don't have anything. And to have 70, 80 events, there's a lot of team players to make this happen.
This has been going on for a while.
26 years.
Our oldest daughter, who's older than 30, I'll say, was running in one of the first festival races that they had in Wilton, I remember.
With Bill
and I also
Yates.
remember taking her to the doctor because she turned around to see where I was and where my wife Charlie was, and she ran into a telephone pole like while she was running the Wilton Blueberry Festival race. So
she takes after her
It's
father.
been a long time. And you know what? She picked herself up and kept running, but we had to have her checked out. She did a fine job. So you guys have been at it for a while, 26 years.
Yes, 26 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I've been involved since 1990.
And that's just about when we moved over here. We moved over in summer of 1991, and I kept hearing about this Blueberry Festival, and then I got hoodwinked into it. I got called down one day, and they were doing the chicken feed at the Congregational Church, and a good friend of mine called me down and said, "Can you come down and help out?" So I did. And the average age of those gentlemen setting it up were well into the 80s, and there were about 8 of them, and it took them a couple hours to tell us how to set it up, which we followed good instructions, and went home kind of shaking my head and said, well, that's kind of interesting. The next year we were down to 4 of them. And the following year we were down to 2. And Andy Masterman was the head cook. And he sits me in the back of my truck and he unfolds this piece of paper and he hands it to me and says, here's the secret recipe.
Here comes the recipe. We hear about this.
We
quite
hear
often.
about the
Tom
recipe.
sneaks it on the air all the time. But Masterman gave me the recipe, Chan.
Secret recipe, and I can't tell you because if I told you it was in the recipe, I'd have to kill you. And now we're down to 1 member left. Joe Small lives on the Orchard Drive, and last year, there's a funny story I got to tell about this, and we'll get back to Shannon.
That's okay.
We decided we were cooking chicken, so myself and my chicken cookers, we all got into my truck and we rode up to Joe's for the blessing. Well, Joe really did bless us. It's like the blessing of the bulls and
the fleet.
Blessing of the fleet. He blessed the chicken cookers. Well, that night we watched the storm come right down 156, and it stayed that way.
And you say it never hurts.
It never hurts. And then we kind of looked a little bit more and we felt the drop, so we strung up the blue tarps to protect us because we had a pre-warning because Joe had kind of told us to be careful. Rain came, wind blew, we were fine. We watched everybody else blowing all away.
So we ought to widen this expertise of Joe's into the entire affair to make sure everything works well.
But everything works well. I mean,
but it's not just the parade. I mean, everybody comes to see the parade, and the parade is a fantastic event. I mean, it's a very unique event for the county. But you have much more than a parade.
Absolutely. We have many, many events going on. One hit that I'm really appreciated that Debbie Myers, a personal friend of mine, is coming to do a free concert Friday night.
Fantastic.
So that will be held at the Nichols Expo, and there will be no charge. And before they do that, the Farmington Emblem Club will be doing a flag folding, and then we'll kick off the concert.
Talk a little bit about the flag folding, how you do that at the Nichols Center, because it's quite, I've seen it at the State House with you guys, but we take the opportunity at the Blueberry Festival to have you guys do that. And you might just mention that because it's probably one of the most profound things individuals that want to come to the festival can watch and see.
Absolutely. It's really nice to see when we're doing that, even though we're at attention and our eyes are roaming the audience, and see how people are so intent watching it. You could drop a pin. Nobody says a word through the whole performance, and it only takes 6 minutes to do it.
It's a solemn thing, a flag folding ceremony. I've seen quite a few of them. And I think this is a very patriotic area.
Absolutely.
It remains a very patriotic area. And we're honored with the work the Emblem Club does too. Do you have a count, Shannon? You probably do it by units in the parade. Is that a fair estimate? How many
right
units
now I have 40 entries,
oh,
and this is, I haven't even put it out to bid. Not to bid, but to register. We'd like to have them register to just give us a count on lineup, but it's not necessary to register. It just makes things a lot easier. If they do plan to be in the parade, they should be there by 8 o'clock Saturday morning.
Now there is where?
At Nichols Expo Center. Because at 8:30 we shut the road off. Because of the length of the parade, we need to get all the entries in. And after 8:30 it's too late to come up the Weld Road. But come and join us. We're going to have a great time, and our parade goes over an hour, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of those fire trucks that will love to make noises. And it's also the EMS personnel. Lots of ambulances are coming. I think that the Farmington Ambulance Service from the hospital, North Star, have a very special event that might take place in the parade. So you want to be looking for one of their ambulances to see what's going to be going on.
We've promoted this before, Tom, on other shows. This is August 1st and 2nd in Wilton.
Correct.
And as this show airs, we'll have a couple of 3 weeks to still prepare for it. So I wouldn't say you're early, because I know you well enough that early for you means on the 3rd, maybe the 2nd in the evening, you start making phone calls and getting commitments from those already in the parade.
Yeah, absolutely. When I pay people that are coming, I ask them if they want to come back. Like the Shriners, we have to put in a year block for them to come, and we have 11 units coming at this time.
Great.
And it's kind of neat that they come to Wilton, Maine, and not Rockland. So,
one of the things last year, some friends of mine from WLOB came up to the parade, and we didn't have any blueberries left, but that's because they came the wrong day. They
4
came
o'clock.
Saturday afternoon, and it's like we have a pie sale. Tingtown ladies do these fantastic pies. In fact, those ladies, when we were raising money for the fire department, we had a grand family. The whole family of Wilton came to support the fire department. Emblem Club cooked us biscuits and beans, and I did beans, and we did hot dogs. The Tingtown ladies made pies, and they're making pies again. And you better be there early, because their pies go on sale at 9 to 2 o'clock. And last year I watched them, the pies didn't sell, and the parade took place, and within 45 minutes, every pie was gone.
So what you're saying then, Tom, is while people are organizing for the parade, preparing for the parade, sneak into the Tingtown ladies and get your pie opportunity, because when the parade gets over with, everybody heads for pies.
They go right back to the church, and there they all are outside buying those pies. But there's so much more that goes on at the parade. There's a big crafts fair too that goes on, and where's that going to be this year?
We have the craft show that's going to be at Nichols Expo, and it also will be downtown so that you can go from one area to the other. We do have a shuttle service, so if you care to park in one of the places, the shuttle will pick you up and take you, and just wave to them, because they're friendly people. They'll pick you up and take you where you want to go.
How many crafters have you got this year, do you think?
We've got about 85 right now.
It's a big event.
And hopefully we'll have more. And we've got a new demo going on this year. We have a gentleman from, excuse me, out of town coming to do a bee demo on Friday and Saturday to show what bees are all about, and it's done by Cozy Cove Bees Nests.
Cozy Cove Bees
That sounds like it's just an egg thing, but the bee situation, and this is pertinent, because the bee situation in this area, in fact in the state of Maine, has been difficult, because last year they said the count was extraordinarily low. Something was happening to bees, and they weren't pollinating many things. But I understand they're coming back, and this gentleman's going to tell us all about bees.
Well, I know that they're coming back but last year I think it was our climate, our weather, because in this wintertime we lost a lot of vegetables, not vegetables, but like blueberries. We had a very poor crop last year because it didn't pollinate, because you had a bad winter, which hurts the bees, and it also bad winter that hurt the blossoms. But I have 20 blueberry bushes of my own, and they're loaded this year. Last year at this time, I think I about count them.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference. It deals a lot with the winter and what happens with that.